Do you want to migrate your Blogger blog to WordPress? Well, keep watching. In this video, I'll walk you through how you can migrate your Blogger site to WordPress today. There are a few things that we need to set up to get this process going. So I'll show you the things that we'll be doing. First, we need to set up a hosting account. Second, we need to install WordPress. And then we need to migrate or import Blogger information from your Blogger site over to WordPress. So if you're ready, let's get started. If you don't already have a hosting account, you'll want to get one set up so that we can start the installation of WordPress to get this going. Since you're setting up your site for the first time, we usually recommend BlueHost. It's a very inexpensive way to get started on your own WordPress site. And WP Beginner has worked with BlueHost for several years, so we've been able to get a discount for you. If you click on the link below, you can claim that offer. From here, you just want to click the big green button to get started now. And during this process, you can select your plan. Normally, if you just have one website, then the basic is fine. I tend to like setting up a lot of websites or a lot of domains, so a lot of times I will choose the plus area. But the basic is fine as well. For you, just want to select the one that's best for you, and then we'll move on. On this screen, you'll want to choose your new domain. If you already have a domain for the website, then you can put that in here. Otherwise, you'll want to put in the domain that you want to set up. And the great thing about this discount is your domain name comes free with this. And from here, you just want to fill out the account information that'll be associated with this account. Scrolling down real quick, I want to just show you that by default, the account plan is for 36 months, but you can change this here if you need to, and you'll see how much you're saving here. Also, under the package extras, we usually suggest unchecking all of these to get started. And then down here, you'll see the total discount and the amount due today. So go ahead and fill out all this information to set up your hosting plan, and then we'll move on. All right, once you set up the hosting account, now we need to install WordPress. They make it really easy. What you want to do is from your cPanel, scroll down until you find something called Install WordPress. We'll click on that button. From here, you see that we have an overall progress site up here. It shows everything that we've done so far and what still needs to happen. Then down here, you want to pick the domain that you want it to go under, as well as where you want it installed. We want it installed right where the domain is, so let's click Next. Now it will go through the process of installing WordPress for us, and there's not much that we have to do except just wait. Once it's completed installing, you'll notice the installation details here. You'll want to copy that information. Now we can go to our website and log in. To do that, open up a new tab, type in your website address, and at the end, type in WP admin. That will take you to the login area so that you can enter your login information and log in. Great. Now that you've logged in, you see that you have your dashboard area for WordPress. The next thing we want to do is we want to go back to Blogger so that we can export the information from our Blogger site. So log into your Blogger site and go down to your settings area. From the settings area, let's click Other, and we want to back up our content. So we'll click Backup Content. And yeah, we want to save it to our computer. You can name it whatever you want, and it will be an XML file for us to import into our WordPress site later. So let's click Save, and you'll see down here that it's saving to our computer. Great. Once that's done, I can close that out, and we want to head back over to our dashboard in WordPress. So I'm going to click on my dashboard for WordPress because we need to import what we just exported from Blogger. So on my site tabs, I'm going down to my tools area, click import. There are a few different import features that we have that we can import from other things. This is the one we want to import, so we need to install it first. And once it's installed, we can run the importer. Now it'll bring us to this screen. So now we have to find where we just saved that. You can also, if you have it in your taskbar, you can left click and drag it up to choose the file, and you see it's there. Or you can click Choose File and go find the XML file. Click on that. We'll see it's ready, and we can upload file and import the content. What that's going to do is, now that we imported it, we need to decide, do we want to create a new user for all of the posts that were under us, or from the drop down, select the user that we want. I'm going to assign all of them to an existing user on this site and click submit. What this will do is, you can see at the bottom, is it'll go through and start the import process. And once that's done, you get a message saying all done. Have fun. Make sure to update the passwords and the roles of the users if you've imported users. We didn't, but if you do import users, make sure you update the password information. Now that we have that, we can go to our posts. It's imported all the posts that we've had from our Blogger area. So you can scroll through and make sure that you see all of the ones that you imported. Now, what we need to do next is we need to set up the permalinks. That's what comes after your URL. Blogger has a different URL structure than what we normally have with WordPress, so we need to make sure that that matches as closely as possible so that we don't lose any rankings. To change that, let's go over to our settings area, click on permalinks, and we want to, you see by default it'll do post name. That's the typical setting for WordPress, but we want to go to custom structure, and we're going to remove that. And I'm going to paste this in here. You can see it in our blog post. Basically, you want the year, the month number, the post name.html. That's if you want to keep the structure the same. So once we enter that, we should be good to go, and you can come down here and click Save Changes. Now, sometimes the structure still won't be the same, and what you can do is, if you look at our link on our site, you can copy this bit of code into the functions.php for the WordPress theme, and that should get it close to the Blogger's URL structure. And I'll show you how to do that now. I'm going to highlight this bit of code that you see on our post. I'm going to right click and copy. Minimize this. Now we need to go back to our WordPress dashboard. We want to go to Appearance. Let's head down to Editor. And what we need to do is, first we need to say that we understand that we're making changes to the code and that could break things. WordPress has gotten really good about saving you from yourself, so we'll be all right. We'll just click I understand. And what we need to do is we need to click on the theme function. That's what we're looking for. Scroll all the way down, get into a new line, and right click, and we want to paste that bit of code that we found on WP Beginner. We can update the file. Once we update that, all we have to do is visit any of our posts on our website. So I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to view this post. Great. So what it did is it simply updated my information. It took a script, it went and updated all of the posts permalinks to match what I needed it to match for my Blogger site. So now this is good to go. We only needed to do that once. So now we need to go back into our appearance area and remove that code. We don't want that in there anymore. So we'll click Edit, go to the editor again, go to our themes function, scroll all the way down, and we need to make sure we only remove what started on line 70 and remove that. Again, update the information. Now that the permalink structure is set, we can keep going. So basically, we have imported everything from our Blogger site into our WordPress site, which is awesome. Now we need to make sure that anybody who goes to our old Blogger site will get redirected to our new website. That's very important. Otherwise, we're not getting any of the traffic to our new site. So to do that, we need to install a plugin, and it's called Blogger to WordPress Redirector, and that will help us set up all the redirects that we need to make sure that anybody who goes to our old Blogger site will now come to our WordPress site. So let's go to Plugins, Add New. From here, we are, like I said, looking for a Blogger to WordPress redirection. And this is what we want. So let's click Install Now. With plugins, once you install it, you also want to make sure that you activate it for your website. And you see it here, which is great. Now we need to go back over to Tools, go to Blogger to WordPress Redirection to get some things set up. You see some great notes here that we need to keep this activated for the redirection to work. So all we need to do is click Start Configuration for this to start. And they found the list of blogs that we need to update. So let's click Get Code. And what it's going to do is it's going to generate some code that we can go back to our Blogger site to put in to make sure that people who come there will be redirected properly to our new website. So I'm going to highlight this area, click Copy. And with this code, we need to go back to our Blogger dashboard area. So I'm going to click back over here. And from here, we need to update our theme. So I'm going to go to Theme. And we need to edit the HTML. Now, if you have custom code on here that you want to keep, now would be a good time to copy that and save it locally. Otherwise, we're going to select all, delete all that's there, and we're going to paste in what we got from our Blogger to WordPress redirection plugin. So I'm going to right click, put paste, and you see all of that information that it gave me. Perfect. Now we want to make sure that we click Save Theme, and we need to do one more thing for the mobile users. So let's go back to Theme, and you see you have Live on Blog and you also have mobile. So under here, let's click on the gearbox and just make sure that this is showing Show Desktop Theme on mobile devices, and that means that they'll see what the desktop people see. So that's good. So let's click Save Changes. And now if I go click View Blog and open it in a new window, now you see that it just redirected everything to my WordPress site, which is perfect. That's exactly what we want. So now everything that was in Blogger is now on my site. You can go under Blog and you can see all of the posts that I have done over the years on Blogger, and that's perfect. Now, here's a caveat for this. When you want to move other content from Blogger to WordPress, like your pages or your widgets, that's more difficult. You'll actually have to go in and copy the information. For instance, I'll right click, select all, and I'll right click and copy. And then you'll have to go into your WordPress site, go up to Pages, click Add New, and you'll need to add each one separately. Make sure you add the title of the page like it was in your Blogger, then click Publish, and then you'll have that there. So you'll need to do that for all of the pages that you have. And then one final thing that you'll want to make sure that you update is if anyone reads your Blogger website and has it in an RSS feed, you'll want to update that as well. So to do that, let's go back to our Blogger area. We'll go to Settings. We'll scroll down, go to Other. And under Post Feed Redirect, we need to add our own feed. So make sure you add in all the information before. Add your URL and do /feed. That is the normal WordPress RSS feed address. Put that in there and let's click Save Settings. So now anybody who reads your Blogger blog, they'll now be able to read it in your WordPress site. So now you've done it. You have successfully migrated your Blogger site to WordPress without losing any Google rankings. Did you learn something from today's video? If so, subscribe to our YouTube channel and we'll send more helpful tips to help you manage your WordPress website. And thanks for watching.